Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to my channel, Greyhound DFS. I have a video today. I'm going to give you my 5 top picks for our early slate, 3 p.m. And then I'm going to give you 5 plays under or 4,000 and under. And then I'm going to give you 5 of my top plays for the late slate. And then I'm going to give you 5 of my top plays, 4,000 or under for the late slate. So this is the early slate right here. And these are my 5 of my favorite players that I like. My top 5. And point guard, you see I got Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons he's playing 35 minutes per game. He's averaging 41 fantasy points per game. And he's projected for 42 fantasy points. Indy's ranked 15 at his position and 18th in total defense, which I don't know how true that is, but Malcolm Brogdon has been hurt. So and Sabonis has been playing with like a hip injury, so maybe that's the reason why. But I like Ben Simmons today because Malcolm Brogdon might not play. I look for it to be a close game, and Ben Simmons will get his whole run, so I like him today. And then at point guard, I got Jeremy Lamb. Big reason because, again, Malcolm Brogdon's probably not going to play. He might play, I don't know. Just keep an eye on that. But he's averaging 30 minutes per game. He's scoring 26 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 27 fantasy points tonight. Philly's ranked 21st at his position and ranked 1st in total defense. Since if Brogdon's out, he might get more shots. So that's good. More usage. And then at small forward, I like Gordon Hayward. Jaylen Brown's not playing, so that's a plus for him. Hayward is averaging 30 minutes per game and scoring 32 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 32 fantasy points. He's playing against Charlotte, and they're terrible on defense. Charlotte is ranked 25th at his position and 21st all in total defense. He's cheap for what he's capable of. And as I said, Jaylen Brown's out, so it's more shots for him. And at power forward, I like Domantas Sabonis. This guy's just been an all-around beast all season. He's over a point per minute. He averages 34 minutes a game and 42 fantasy points. He's projected for 42 fantasy points. However, Philly is ranked 2nd at his position and 1st overall. He's been balling all season, though. He's tough, and I just like him. He's had one bad game all year, I think. I like him. And then at center, I like Joel Embiid. He's a monster, too, when he really wants to play. Hopefully he gets up for this game because, Indy's tough, so I like to see him get up for it. He's averaging 30 minutes a game and averaging 48 fantasy points per game. And it being only a 2-game slate for the early slate, you might need him in your lineup, so that's why I picked him. He's projected for 48 fantasy points. Indy's ranked 26th at his position and 8th in total defense. He's just a monster. You just need him for 2 games. That's what I think. So that's why I picked him. And that's my 5 top plays for the early slate. Now I'm gonna give you my favorite plays. 4,000 and under. My first one is more than 4,000, but it's only 4,100. I had to include him because if Malcolm Brogdon's not playing, I like him. I like him to get more minutes, even though Aaron Holiday might start. But Aaron Holiday's like 5,800, so I like T.J. McConnell. He's playing 18 minutes and getting 18 fantasy points per game, so he's a point per minute guy. Hopefully he gets he played 25 minutes last game, and hopefully he plays 25-30 this game. He's projected for 20 fantasy points. However, Philly's ranked 2nd at his position and 1st overall. And do I have a shooting guard? I don't like any shooting guards. I don't have many of these for you, but let me see. Doug McDermott at power forward. Oops. Doug McDermott. That's what I like at power forward. Where are you at, Doug? He's under 4,000. Yeah. 3,200. Boom. I like Doug McDermott. He's averaging 21 minutes a game, gets 16 fantasy points. He's projected for 16 fantasy points. Phillies ranked 7 at his position and first overall. I like him. Brogdon might not play. He might get more minutes, more shots. He makes more, then he gets more points. Simple as that. And at center, I like Daniel Tice. Daniel Tice is playing against Charlotte, who are super weak inside. So that's why I like him. He's averaging 21 minutes a game and gets 20 fantasy points per game, so he's almost a point per minute. He's close. He's projected for 19 fantasy points. However, Charlotte is ranked 25th at his position and 21st overall. So he'll be playing against Bismack Biyombo and Cody Zeller. Cody Zeller's had a decent season, but those are 3 of my favorite plays under the first slate, under 4,000. Malik Monk, he's Malik Monk, and then you got Furquan Korkmaz. Furquan Korkmaz is probably starting, but I didn't want to include them, but I'll include them now. But Malik Monk, I wouldn't mess with him because Boston's defense is just like super good, so I like their defense. Yeah, so that's my 3 plays that I like for the early slate. And I'm gonna give you my 5 favorite plays for the late slate. And at point guard, I don't know why he's not up here. That's some bull. Where is he at? He's not up here? They play? Oh, okay. I got to get up out of here. My bad. I'm tripping. Bam. 7 p.m. slate. And at point guard. Oh, James Harden's questionable. That sucks. But at point guard, I like Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is averaging 35 minutes a game and 48 fantasy points per game. He is projected for 49 fantasy points. Denver is ranked 7th at his position and 4th overall. He's back off rest. He's pretty much matchup proof. He's been balling all season. And Gary Harris might not play, I believe. So that's one less good defender on the floor. That's why I like him. And if Harden don't play, he's going to get all the usage. And then at shooting guard, I like James Harden. Hopefully he plays. I like him today. He's averaging 37 minutes a game and 63 fantasy points per game, which is nuts. He's projected for 62 fantasy points. Denver's ranked 7th at his position and 4th overall. He's pretty much unguardable. He's coming off a couple days of rest, so I look for him to dominate. Small forward, I like DeMar DeRozan against the Warriors, whose defense is not very good, and he's at home, so he's been averaging 33 minutes per game and 36 fantasy points per game, so he's a point per minute beast. He's pretty much had good games all season. He's had a couple 20-point games, but he's never had anything under 20, so I like him. He's been solid all season, so I like him. He's projected for 34 fantasy points. Golden State's ranked 26th at his position and 20th overall. And at power forward, I like Mr. Kevin Love. Kevin Love is going against Toronto, who are missing their big still, I believe. And Kevin Love is playing 30 minutes per game and averaging 36 fantasy points per game. He's going against rookie. I think Chris Boucher is a rookie. Kevin Love's a champion, so I like him in this matchup. He's projected for 37 fantasy points. Toronto's ranked 13th at his position and 14th overall. And he's cheap. He's cheap. 7,500, that ain't bad. I like him. And then at center, I like LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge is averaging 32 fantasy. He's averaging 32 minutes a game and 37 fantasy points a game. He's going against Golden State, whose defense is not very good, but they bring some energy. They do. I watch most of their games, and when they're trying to play hard, they bring the energy. He's projected for 35 fantasy points. Golden State's ranked 6th at his position and 20th overall. I just like him. He's like the number 1, number 2 option for San Antonio, so I like him. And now I'm gonna give you that's my 5 favorite picks for the that's my 5 favorite picks for the main slate. I'm gonna tell you about. I like another shooting guard. I like let me see. Right off the top of my head, who am I gonna like here? So Norman Powell's still not playing. Well, we know this guy's going to get the minutes, so if James Harden ain't playing, you can't go wrong with Fred VanVleet. I mean, he's playing against Cleveland. This guy, he's averaging 36 minutes a game and 38 fantasy points per game, so can't really go wrong with him if James Harden's not playing. But that's my 5 favorite picks for the main slate. Now I'm going to give you my 5. I think I got 5 for you. I got 4 for you, I believe. I got some favorite picks that I like for 4,000 and under for the main slate. And at point guard, I think he's like 3,100. What's his name's out, but he's questionable too. I think he's gonna play because D'Angelo Russell's not playing, so I like him. I like Kai Bowman. Kai Bowman's averaging 22 minutes per game when he's playing and 17 fantasy points per game when he's playing. He's projected for 17 fantasy points, and San Antonio is ranked 28th against his position and 23rd overall. I like this guy. He plays with a ton of energy. He's shooting decent percentage from 3. He's 38% from 3, 91% from the free throw line. However, he's not shot very many. He's actually only missed 1. He's 4 for 4, 2 for 2, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 1 for 2, 2 for 2. So he's only missed 1 free throw all season. So I like him shooting 43 from the field. His high, he's at a 43, so I like him against San Antonio. Their defense sucks. Shooting guard, I like, where are you at? I don't know how much he is, but under 4,000. Where are you at? OG Patty Mills. Patty Mills is playing 23 minutes a game, averaging 19 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 17 fantasy points. Golden State's ranked 26th at his position and 20th overall. I like him. Then I like at center. I like under 4,000 and under. I like this guy, the big guy, against Golden State, Jakob Poeltl. He's averaging 18 minutes per game and 19 fantasy points per game. He's a point per minute guy. If he gets the minutes, give you some points. He's projected for 18 fantasy points, and Golden State's ranked 23rd at his position and 20th overall. So he's probably gonna get the start because Golden State starts Willie Cauley-Stein. So get a big guy in there to match him. And then at the utility spot, I like this guy. I like, Chris Clemens. I like Chris Clemens if if what's his name don't play. Let me put him right here. I like Chris Clemens. Let me see. Didn't even think about old Chris Clemens. If James Harden don't play, that's what I like. But that ain't who I was going to give you guys. I was going to give you this guy. He's 4,000 as well. I like him. Bryn Forbes. Boom. Mainly because Golden State's defense is trash this season. He's averaging 25 minutes a game, so he's getting decent minutes. He's averaging 19 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 18 fantasy points. Golden State's ranked 26th at his position and 20th overall total defense. So, I like him. So, Chris Clemens is what, 4,000? If James Harden don't play, I guess I like him. Derek White's not. Wait a minute. Yeah. Or Derek White, he's 4,100. I guess I'll add. No, I'm gonna stick with Chris Clemens. If James Harden don't play, Chris Clemens might not be a bad pick because he balled out last game, I believe. Yeah, he had 35 fantasy points in 34 minutes. This dude balled out. He's only averaging 9 minutes a game and 8 fantasy points per game, which that's nothing. He's projected for 13 fantasy points today, though. Denver's ranked 7th against his position and ranked 4th in total defense. So that was the one I just picked right off the top of my head. If James Harden don't play, he could be a good pick because somebody's got to play the minutes, and he just had a hell of a game last game. So there's my 5 picks under 4,000 for the main slate. Phone about to go. That'll be my video for today. If you got any value out of it at all, I ask that you hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Greyhound DFS. It's spelled just like my channel name. I'll leave a link in a comment. Good luck, everybody.